कोई न्यू एज ब्रांड अगर विराट कोहली को ले लेगा, हायर कर लेगा और वो उसका ऐड करेगा, लोगों को भरोसा नहीं आएगा, लोगों को ऐसा लगेगा हाँ वो तो बहुत पैसा है, विराट कोहली को ले ले, पहनता तो नहीं होगा।
This conversation is with Joy Bamania, brand manager at Wendy's India. We talked about celebrity endorsements that nobody believes, how you can grow on Zomato and Swiggy, and the one thing about his competition he would never do, no matter what. If you want the version of marketing that does not show up in textbooks, this is the episode.
India is a kind of country which does not reward free legacy.
It's more like Wendy's obviously is a global brand, but यहाँ पे it's more like a startup.
Now the Indian people, I'm not sure they will like it. इंडियन मार्केट को नहीं फर्क पड़ता इससे. They are like के existing burgers को कोरियन फ्लेवर में खाओ. नहीं चाहिए लोगों को.
Can you tell me of an example maybe at Wendy's where you did some sort of experiment?
On our 200 store launch, we took 5 super bike, we took 5 biker girls dressed as Wendy. We delivered our first 200 orders from those stores in those super launches.
What is the most uncomfortable truth about Indian QSR industry that insiders know but nobody says aloud?
Not everything you like, people will also like.
There is a very big side of it which is brand building, which is not necessarily always very data driven. कोई ऐसा campaign or something that you love?
McD recently released or recently launched Big Yummy Cheeseburger. I love the overall campaign part of it.
One thing you would change, kill and steal from a competitor if you could do it tomorrow?
Steal for Wendy's particularly, obviously the Tom and Spawn for the competitor. Change is something I told you, the Korean range of नहीं अच्छा. Kill is something I
आप कहाँ रहते कहाँ हो वैसे?
like in Mumbai.
हाँ.
Mumbai में I stay in Chembur.
अच्छा, you are from Bombay only?
No, I am from Surat.
अच्छा, okay. So ये बॉम्बे कब शिफ्ट हुए?
Bombay I shifted 4 years back. So
Achha.
yeah, I did my undergrad from Surat, like undergrad cum postgrad. It was an integrated course. After that, I did my MBA from IIM Udaipur. उसके बाद I shifted to Mumbai around 2022. I joined Reliance.
MBA IIM उदयपुर.
उदयपुर.
और MBA में क्या किया था? मार्केटिंग.
Marketing, majors marketing, minor strategy.
अच्छा, okay, okay, अच्छा. And उसके बाद फिर?
उसके बाद so I had an internship, summer internship जो सब IIMs MBAs में होता है. So I did that from off business. उसके बाद I got my PPO, but obviously I wanted something Mumbai वाला कुछ भी कर अच्छा वाला रोल चाहिए था, वो मेरे को अहमदाबाद बेस्ड था. So then I wanted to shift to a different kind of setup industry, and with referrals and all, I got my first proper job in Reliance Life Insurance, Reliance Nippon Life Insurance.
अच्छा, okay.
So it was a CDO's office. So in insurance industry in BFSI, CDO is the chief distribution officer, chief sales officer kind of thing. So usme they were just forming the office and I was the first member there. So we had to look after the strategy and data and like sales strategy, then incentive programs and everything in and around that. So I worked there for 2 months and 2 years. I worked there for 2 years and post that I then shifted to this Rebel Foods as a brand manager.
अच्छा, got it. So ये Wendy's पे it's been almost 2 years you are working, correct?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
And so ये working in financial institution to now brand building and all of that, it's more like Wendy's obviously is a global brand, but यहाँ पे it's more like a startup, right? Kind of.
True.
In that sense. So how did that shift came about and उसको कैसे adopt किया and what are there some learnings from that experience in terms of finances and everything जिसको लेके you were able to take forward the brand building part of it here at Wendy's?
Fair. So marketing was something which I was always chasing for because I did my MBA in market majors in marketing and all. So because of certain situations and circumstances, I landed a good job in BFSI as an industry. So वहाँ पे तो I went there where I worked with a lot of data, like lots and lots of data analysis and making strategy through data and everything, storytelling, data storytelling, everything. Uske baad, when I got a chance when I got an understanding of an opening in Rebel Foods with one of my close colleagues of IIM Udaipur, batchmates of IIM Udaipur. So I obviously tried to get into Rebel Foods. Once I went there, that is when I finally realized this is what I am made for, because I am a Gujarati guy, right? I love dhanda. I have always been of that mindset. I have been doing business since 9th standard. I was doing some kind of small and big businesses in and around schools. I also had my first own startup in undergraduation. I used to sell mobile accessories to all the college batchmates and everyone. So business and dhanda was like in my bloods, right? And when I was having interview process at Rebel Foods, it was around what 5 to 6 rounds of interviews. In every interview or on every level, I was more and more confident of getting into Rebel Foods because everyone was like, if you are coming to Rebel Foods as a brand manager, that means you are a mini CEO of your brand. You have to run your brand as your own business. You just take the keys of the brand and you run it as your own.
ठीक है.
So मेरा तो वो बन गया वो माइंडसेट कि नहीं भाई अभी धंधा करना है तो इधर ही जाना है, राइट? एंड दैट इज हाउ आई विल बी एबल टू लर्न हाउ टू grow and how to improve and how to make a big business in a market like India, whereas I was not doing something of that sort, right, until then. So that is how I went there. Now to answer to your second question, that how was I able to match both the learnings from my finances or from my BFA industry to here? As I told you, there I was doing a lot of data crunching, a lot of data analysis, a lot of data related work. As soon as I came here, the best thing that I found in Rebel Foods was they are very much sorted in terms of data. They have each and every sort of data, each and every sort of cuts. Initially, I was not that great of a marketing guy because I was main of a business guy. So my first instinct was obviously to understand what kind of data is there, what people consume, how people consume, when people consume. So my all focus was on analyzing and understanding the data parts of it, which was obviously my learning from BFSI industry. As soon as I did that, as soon as I understood the funnels, as soon as I understood how Swiggy works, how Zomato works, how different kinds of platform and aggregator platform works, how brand works and how consumer thinks from pure numbers perspective or from numbers POV. That is how I was able to relate and I was able to marry both of my experiences, and I started working. And then I think I did a decent job there because in my first 6 to 8 months, I was able to do wonders. I was able to change the number game only and only by data analysis and making decisions purely data backed and no emotional insight, no marketing insight, pure data backed insight and pure changes based on the data analysis that I was seeing.
Okay.
So that is how I married.
Okay. So what when तो जो data का है, and how do you go about analyzing कि यार, like when it comes to decision making, because a lot of times, especially in brand building, right, because that's where I kind of come from because I work in that domain and I work with brands. So बहुत बार ये होता है कि some things are data driven for sure, especially in marketing, but there is a very big side of it which is brand building, which is not necessarily always very data driven. So how do you kind of balance that going forward in terms of any kind of communication through maybe marketing or when it comes to getting to that consumer, maybe through Swiggy, whatever, how it should be like data for sure because there's so much data available today, but how do you go about not like balancing it with like qualitative aspects of it?
Fair. So rightly pointed out, obviously. So not everything will work only on data. There will be a limit where the data thing goes back.
Correct.
So what we particularly do is, the best part about our industries or the food industry is you get instant results. If you are launching a new product today morning, you will get results by today evening or today afternoon, right? You will get instant reviews, you will get instant feedbacks through aggregator platforms, you will get instant ratings. Correct. Like if I'm launching a product today, within a week I will have enough reviews and ratings regarding my product. We start analyzing those, we start understanding those, what kind of feedbacks people are giving. Okay. This is post-launch I'm saying, right? What kind of feedbacks people are giving, why they are giving this kind of feedbacks. If we are understanding, we also call customers, we do consumer callings through the aggregator data that we have and everything, right?
Okay.
We try to understand their aspect, we try to understand what they are feeling, why, and not only customer callings for those who have given us 5 ratings. That is obviously one thing because we want to understand what did they like. But also the customer callings who are giving 1 rating, 2 rating, 3 ratings, right? To actually understand what they did not like. And that is how we are able to take that insight, take the consumer insight and marry it with the different kinds of brand building and marketing, that this is the consumer insight that we have, this is the consumer insight. So for the next product launch or for the next campaign, these are certain aspects that we should keep in mind.
Got it. Fair.
This is post-launch.
Okay.
Pre-launch, what we have started doing is we have, we are trying to collaborate with different agencies who helps us with consumer surveys. There is in a marketing, there is a big thing called concept check. if you know, right? So we give a brief, we give a concept check, we tell
So
the
what is concept check for like common audience? Because I know it personally, but if you can explain it simply.
Sure. So concept check in general is, I have a thing in my mind. For example, I have to launch a teriyaki burger, right? I in my mind know that it is a good burger because I have tasted it. The consumers have not tried it. Concept check is basically consumer को ये चाहिए भी सही जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ लॉन्च करने का.
ठीक है, fair.
So I will have a problem statement that are you bored of the boring flavors that are already available in the market?
ठीक है.
Do you want something, spicy kind of flavor which is sweet plus spicy mixture? Are you looking for some global flavors in an Indianized manner? These are the different problem statements that I have in my mind, which I want to understand if consumer actually has or not. These are the 2-3 problem statements along with a photo, along with my product photo, along with my product name. I will just give it to the agency. They will, and I will tell them that this is my TG, 15 to 35 years of age.
Got it.
You go there, scout them, show them this card, and understand what they are feeling, what they are talking about. Do they actually want it? This is a concept check. If the consumer actually wants something of this flavor, if the consumer is actually bored of similar flavors, if the consumer actually wants something new out of the box kind of thing, then I will proceed with, working on that flavor and working on the profile and taste.
Got it, fair.
So this is a basic concept check that we are doing.
Okay. So now when you have the understanding of the customer and then based on some data you try to get that communication out, right? Now when it comes to say Wendy's, okay, Wendy's is very different globally and in India, right? Primarily talking about from a business model lens, I think they are yahan pe it's majorly it's cloud kitchen driven, right?
Yeah.
And so what, like, that's a very interesting thing because when you have a strong brand which is a global brand and when you walk into India and with a very different sort of business model, what changes and what kind of things have to be kept in mind based on कि यार this is the kind of global image that Wendy's might have, but India, as we all know, it's like a continent in itself, right?
Yeah.
It's very diverse.
Quite diverse.
So every brand has to adopt it. So, but at the same time, the business model is also separate. So, how do you streamline that communication that there is some sort of globalization also happening, but at the same time, the core of the brand remains the same, even if it's just primarily cloud kitchen driven here. Because वहाँ पे हो सकता है touch points अलग हो, especially offline wise, right? यहाँ it's primarily online. So, how do you kind of balance that and how do you take that forward in marketing and communication?
Fair. So, this is honestly a very interesting thing to talk about because we talk about this a lot in our boardrooms as well. Because India is a kind of country which does not reward free legacy, right? I cannot just go to the market and tell, yeah, hi, we are Wendy's, I am Wendy's, globally 1969 से हैं हम लोग, and you should definitely try us because हम तो globally बहुत बड़े हैं. Indian market को नहीं फर्क पड़ता इससे.
Correct.
You have to win the trust for the Indian people or Indian consumers. They are like, हाँ भाई और 50 लोग भी हैं, मैं वहाँ जाऊँगा. तू global आया तो क्या, और ये तो बहुत सारे brands भी आए global से. They will not directly use you, will not directly respect you. You will first have to build your trust here. You will first have to build your loyalty here. And then maybe I can bring that global aspect because now people have started loving us in India as well. So we can also say कि हाँ हम तो globally भी इतने बड़े हैं, India में भी हमने trust develop किया. Then we can marry both of these concepts.
Okay, fair.
This is what we generally try to do.
Fair.
We cannot just ride on the global name. Right?
Yeah.
To answer to second question regarding the cloud network, because Rebel has a power of this cloud network, we are present across 400 plus locations. Rebel particularly is present across 400 plus locations in India and all. So it is obviously a bit difficult when it comes to marketing and brand building because we don't have offline touch points. The consumers cannot come to us and experience us whole and soul, unlike other brands.
Fair.
So what we try to do is, or how our strategy is, the products. So we divide at Wendy's, the localization part, we divide our brand building and marketing into 3 pillars, right?
ठीक है.
First pillar is the product we serve. Second pillar is the experiences we deliver. Third pillar is the voice that we have.
ठीक है. Okay.
This is how we do. In the first pillar, the product we'll serve. The product we serve should be so damn good that when the consumers are having it, even at their home, even at their own comfort, they should feel like amazing, मजा आ गया. Like midnight cravings में भी उनको इतना ही मजा आना चाहिए जितना afternoon snacking में मजा आ रहा है घर पे बैठे बैठे comfort में. So that is the product we serve. उसको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि मैं रेस्टोरेंट में जाऊंगा तो ही I will get a good product. In our trials also, we eat our product after 30 to 45 minutes once the chef makes it. Because that is how the consumer is gonna eat it, right?
हाँ, fair.
मैं फ्रेश गरम खा लूंगा और मैं बोलूंगा बहुत अच्छा है, पर कंज्यूमर को तो 30-45 मिनट बाद मिलेगा.
हाँ, एटलीस्ट
मिनिमम, राइट? With all this speed deliveries and everything, 30 minutes तो minimum लगेगा फिर भी.
Correct.
So in all our trials, this is how we do our internal trials. Once the chef makes it, we eat it, we consume it after 30 minutes so that we can actually get the feedback that the consumer will have.
Agreed.
So this is the product pillar that we try to harp on. So that हो गया, वो taste आ गया, अच्छा लग गया. Second is the experiences we deliver. Even though we have 200 plus cloud kitchens, we also have 14 to 15 like offline restaurants as well in India itself. So we try के उसमें हम ऐसा कुछ कर दे with limited setup. So recently we had burger raves as a concept like last year, where we converted our 3 to 4 stores into club nights and pub nights for just one night. We were serving unlimited burgers, unlimited Coca-Cola, and unlimited fries, nuggets. There was a Wendy dressed as a DJ, like a DJ dressed as Wendy. She was just playing, making people vibe and go crazy about it. It was like talk of the town at that time.
Okay.
So this is the experience that we try to deliver with limited setup, so that it becomes the talk of the town.
Fair.
That next time, whenever Wendy's Burger Raves comes into our town, we need to be a part of it. Third part is the voice that we are known for. Voice that we are known for because globally Wendy's is a sassy brand, roasty brand.
Yeah.
Similar thing we are trying to inculcate in the Indian market. I am not sure but there are some people who are aware of the redhead baddie on LinkedIn, which became very sensational and viral because we started roasting people. We started roasting the corporate crowd on LinkedIn with the name of the redhead baddie. And it was just like very, very famous overnight kind of thing. Overnight we got 1 lakh impressions kind of thing on just one post.
Yeah, got it.
So this is how we talk to our consumers in a very sassy manner, in a very roasty manner, and that is how people will relate. And the Gen Z, particularly our main TG, is gonna relate to this kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are the 3 pillars that we focus on when it comes to brand building for Wendy's.
Got it. Fair. No, I think thank you so much for breaking down like all of it, because there were a couple of actually questions and all of them have been answered very well here, because it's very I think it's very well articulated from you as to ki brand building has multiple elements. One is obviously the product of it, but there are experiences that a brand can deliver, right? And it's not just about, because today's day and age, if especially FMCG kind of brands, there are a lot of brands on Swiggy and Zomato, right? And they are primarily focused on sales, which obviously you should be, but at the same time the brand marketing comes across as something that people lose out on, right? And this is a great example that you gave as to about the how do you kind of fit into the culture, right? And talk about multiple things, not just focus on the product, and so that the individual, the customer feels part of it. So great. I think that's very, very well put. And like coming back to that, like how far actually do you go to Indianize Wendy's before it stop being the Wendy's? Like where does the line actually kind of is drawn? Because you mentioned about the product, right? And you get 30-45 minutes and वो delivery. So that is again a very Indian kind of insight. But at the same time, what is that कि यार ये core values हम Wendy's की रखते ही हैं whenever, even if we are trying to do कि एक हो गया Indianize Wendy's, हो गया Wendy's the global brand. So उसको किस तरह से, how are you trying to kind of tie up together so that it kind of consistently flows? कि even if I say go abroad, मुझे Wendy's देख के अच्छा इसका तो पता है मेरे को Wendy's, kind of feel. So even though वहाँ पे शायद अलग products होंगे, which is obviously going to be there, but still that similar kind of thing, how do you kind of maintain it beyond just the logo, of course?
Yeah. So in the offline setup, obviously we make sure all our stores look alike the global Wendy's. We have a set mandate, we have a set thing, so that even if people go across the country, or even if people go globally, in Philippines or US or Canada, wheresoever, and if they have seen Wendy's in India and if they see Wendy's there, they will in their mind they will relate, हाँ ऐसा ही दिखता है, similar है, right?
Correct.
So this is how we maintain कि हाँ global standards and global from hygiene to from overall look and feel of the store, right? To talk about the Indianized manner, there are again two aspects to it. One is product. When it comes to products, so last year we launched chimichurri flavor, right? It's an Argentinian sauce, Argentinian flavor. Now, if you eat the chimichurri directly or the chimichurri sauce directly, I am not sure you will like it. No one is very sure you will like it. It's a kind of green chutney kind of sauce, right? So that is how now the Indian people, I'm not sure they will like it because they're authentic Argentinian flavors, authentic Mexican flavors, and all. People don't like it that much. They need an Indian touch to it, right?
Correct.
An Indian touch is something which you need to mix it up things. You need to make your own flavor, but it should also get a hint of this chimichurri.
Yeah.
So we brought that chimichurri flavor, the chimichurri sauce in India with vendors. Obviously, we tried to make it in a localized manner by some kind of preparation and something, by mixing it up. We created our own recipe, we created our own chimichurri flavor, and that is how we served it. It like grew up like anything. It was like 4+ rated across our stores, and people loved it. But so now this is an Indianized thing that we did, right? Because we know Indian palate. अगर मैं वो डायरेक्टली लेके बेच देता ना, क्योंकि भाई मैं तो ग्लोबल ही ब्रांड हूँ, तो मैं ग्लोबल का ही करूँगा, मैं इंडिया वाला तो नहीं मिक्स करूँगा, तो नहीं चलता वो.
Yeah, agree.
Right? Recently, yesterday itself, we launched Makhani burgers. ग्लोबल को पता है ऑब्वियसली वी लॉन्च. ग्लोबल में किसी को समझ ही नहीं आएगा मखनी क्या है.
हाँ, नहीं.
बट इंडियन पब्लिक को तो चाहिए ना ऐसा मखनी बर्गर्स. दैट इज वेयर आई विल कम अप टू माय रीसेंट व्हिच आई टोल्ड यू कि आई हैव टू विन द ट्रस्ट ऑफ इंडियन पब्लिक बिफोर आई टेल देम कि भाई मैं बहुत ग्लोबल बड़ा ब्रांड हूँ.
सही बात है. हाँ.
तो ये मखनी और ऐसे सब फ्लेवर्स भी मुझे इक्वली लॉन्च करना पड़ेगा. आई हैव अ फायरबर्ड तंदूरी बर्गर एज वेल इन माय पोर्टफोलियो, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई हैव अ जापानीज तेरियाकी, आई हैव अ लुजियाना केजन, आई हैव अ अर्जेंटिनियन चिमिचुरी, आई हैव अ मेक्सिकानो नाचो बर्गर रेंज. सो दिस इज हाउ आई बैलेंस माय मेन्यू with some Indian flavor profiles and some global flavor profiles so that people will actually relate.
Got it. Okay. Fair.
With respect to brand building and marketing, as I told you, the look and feel, and the second part, the sassiness, I will never leave. I don't want to be portrayed in an Indian market as a brand or as a QSR कि हाँ आप आओ आप खाओ. We are a very sassy brand. We have that bold voice. We will do those bold things which no other QSR or no other brand can think of, right?
Fair.
On our 200th store launch, now this is a very interesting thing, right? Because as I told you, we are a delivery first brand, delivery first network. When you order something on any aggregator platform, what do you expect? A delivery guy will come, they will hand you over the order, you will eat it, that's done. मैं मेरा टच ला ही नहीं सकता unless it is on a packaging में मैं कुछ तो बहुत fancy कर दूँ, कुछ अच्छा सा line लिख दूँ. On our 200 store launch, we took 5 super bikes. We took 5 biker girls dressed as Wendy, proper biking gear. We delivered our first 200 orders from those stores in those super bikes, on those super bikes. As a consumer, if you just open the door and you are seeing a Wendy dressed as a super biker gear and handing you over your order, and there were some customers where हमने उनको rides भी दी, पीछे बैठा के वो वेंडी के वो बाइक पे. सो दिस इज अ कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस टच पॉइंट डिलाइट. सो हम लोग घर पे जाके भी कस्टमर टच पॉइंट डेवलप कर सकते हैं विच पीपल थिंक नहीं वो तो कैसे पॉसिबल है. नहीं पॉसिबल
है. या
वो फिर वो थोड़ा आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स जाके सोचो तो होगा जाएगा.
करेक्ट.
ऐसा नहीं है कि लोग मेरे पास आएंगे तो ही मैं उसको एक एक्सपीरियंस दे सकता हूँ. अगर वो लोग मेरे पास नहीं आ रहे तो मैं उनके पास जाके एक्सपीरियंस पहुंचा दूंगा.
यस, अग्रीड.
सो दिस इज हाउ वी मिक्स इट with the voice and with the product market fit.
Got it. Fair. Oh wow, lovely, great insight. Yeah. So, okay, so like you mentioned about couple of campaigns. So, like just walk me through like what a campaign looks like from brief to say execution, right? Who all are involved? What is something challenging? Like what is something that you go through? Like I just want like the entire download of from brief to execution. How does it go at say Wendy's?
Got it. So it's very interesting how we plan campaigns at our Rebel. whenever we get into a room, so let's say I'll just give you an example of our 200 store launch, right? It's a very very big and great campaign for us, like super bikers, Gurgaon ke roads pe hum log Wendy's bhaga rahe hai, wo bike bhag rahi hai and all. How it started was we got into a room thinking like me, my head, then my creatives. We also have a creative head with us, social creative head, which is very amazing at work. Similarly, my manager, like madly in brand building, and he's also very much involved, right? So we get into a room, our entire team, and we just think हाँ ठीक है 200 स्टोर लॉन्च का कैंपेन प्लान सोचना है. No one knows क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, बस सोचना है. The first thing that we do for the first 10 to 15 minutes, we don't talk about the campaign, we don't talk about the brief, we just joke about stuff, random office stuff, random things. We just joke about it. We make the entire atmosphere of that room super light, so that super we are just pulling each other's legs and everything, right? फिर लोगों के अंदर से वो मस्ती निकलती है, क्योंकि वो सीरियसली नहीं बनेगा ये आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आइडियाज, राइट?
अग्रीड, या.
देन पीपल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, ऐसा रैंडम चीजें बोलते हैं लोग कि देन आई रैंडमली सेड कि फरारी में बैठने की बहुत इच्छा है, एक काम करते हैं वेंडी को फरारी में बिठाते हैं, हमें भी बैठने की मौका मिल जाएगा, राइट? देन रैंडमली वन द क्रिएटिव हेड सेड, पर फरारी में बैठेंगे तो वेंडी तो दिखेगी ही नहीं, वो तो अंदर बंद हो जाएगी, एक काम करते हैं हायाबुसा पे भगाते हैं. बन गया आइडिया, मस्ती था.
Correct.
This small idea, then we decided, then it started building up, right? And then we were like, एक काम करते हैं, let us, because it's a 200 store, let us take 5 super bikers, Wendy's dressed as super bikers, we'll deliver our first 200, orders on this super bikes through that store, and that is how we'll make it, people go gaga over it. We'll surprise people with this, we'll delight customers with this. So this is a random thought से brief से ये idea बन गया.
Got it.
One part of Rebel is we don't outsource things. We don't give things to any agency. Everything is in-house. So right from our creative team to our social head and creative head to our brand heads, brand managers, everyone, we do everything in-house. We don't do create. एजेंसी को हम लोग ब्रीफ देख के वहां से कैंपेन आइडियाज नहीं लाते हैं, वो हम ही बनाते हैं. हाँ, इफ यू आर टेकिंग वेंडर्स और एजेंसीज, दैट इज ओनली एंड ओनली फॉर एग्जीक्यूशन कि भाई अभी हमको ये बाइक्स चाहिए तो उसका एक कोई वेंडर जो हमको ये सब सॉर्ट करके दे,
राइट?
एंड देन वी वर लाइक और क्या करिए, तो बस एक छोटा चीज़ है, राइट? और क्या कर सकते हैं, देन वी आर ऑल लाइक सेलिब्रेशन है, लाइक 200 स्टोर सेलिब्रेशन. हम लोग सेलिब्रेशन में क्या करते हैं, तो पार्टी करते हैं. तो एक काम करते हैं, स्टोर्स में पार्टी करेंगे. स्टोर्स में पार्टी करने का क्या मतलब है, बर्गर रिव्स. तो रैंडमली वो आउट ऑफ द ब्लू थॉट आया कि ओके नाउ लेट अस कन्वर्ट ऑल आवर 3, 4, 5 ऑफलाइन स्टोर्स, बिग स्टोर्स इनटू क्लब नाइट्स. पूरा ऐसा वो डीजे नाइट्स एंड एवरीथिंग. वेंडी विल बी ड्रेस्ड एज अ डीजे एंड वी विल मेक वेंडी द सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन इन ऑल आवर टच पॉइंट्स.
गॉट इट.
बिकॉज वी हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ मैस्कॉट विद अस व्हिच वी कैन एक्चुअली मेक इट अलाइव.
फेयर.
एंड वो वेंडी अभी भी शी इज अलाइव.
Correct. True.
So we should harp on it. We should make people relate to something rather than वो वेंडी सुन के उनके दिमाग में वो रेड हेड बैडी, वो रेड हेड पिक्चर्स वगैरह आना चाहिए.
Yeah.
And when people will relate that, people will resonate with that, they will obviously remember my brand for long. वरना ऐसी तो बहुत ब्रांड्स है वो आज नाम सुना कल भूल गए.
Correct. Agreed.
It's not a long-term brand building.
Long-term. Yeah. True. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. True. Wow. And can you tell me of an example maybe at Wendy's where you did some sort of experiment, right? And something that really paid off and something that didn't.
Fair. Experiment. Okay. So Korean was a kind of experiment for us. We were just thinking about the Korean wave. कि कोरियन का बहुत बड़ा वेव चल रहा है इंडिया में, and everyone knew that. We were very adamant on let us also ride on that wave, but we are not very sure because no other QSR has even gotten on that wave, right?
Correct.
When people hear about the Korean thing or Korean wave or Korean range, people will always think of a या तो very very fancy place or fancy restaurant, वहाँ के Korean cuisines खाएंगे, या फिर a proper fine dine restaurant. People never heard about the Korean burger or Korean ये सब चीज़ें. Right now if you think this is what I am telling you, when it just started. We tried to harp on it. We will say कि हाँ ठीक है हम बर्गर में डाल के कोरियन बेचने का ट्राई तो करते हैं. Let's see how it goes. We were the first QSRs to launch it, but obviously there are some big heads in the market who launched it later than us, but who marketed it a lot because of all the budgets and everything that they had. So उसके वजह से फिर वो वायरल वैसे हो गया और QSR में भी. But we launched it in December. The other competitors of us launched in February, March, April बाद में.
Got it.
But this was a very big experiment for us because हमें नहीं पता था, and they also launched it because we launched it. We got to know this from our vendors and from aggregators. कि अगर आप लोग launch कर रहे हो तो they are also interested, they will also launch it.
Fair.
And it picked up like anything. Like Korean became our one of the best sellers of our gourmet range and everything. And उसमें it almost contributed to 15% of revenue on, which is very big.
Very big, yeah.
In terms of the percentage contribution from one single flavor.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right.
yeah.
So it became very big. So this is one experiment which paid off like anything. Right.
Got it, fair. True. Wow, yeah, crazy. मतलब, I think lovely to talk about Wendy's and all the details. I think moving forward, I would like to, have your point of view on like marketing in general, right? As an industry and where we think marketing, where you think marketing is heading. So, where people talk about, maybe not just in the QSR and the food space, of course, we'll talk about that, but, everyone talks about creators versus celebrities kind of thing, that creators are more relevant right now. It's giving much better ROI for a brand, right? Even we say, I have seen like, we were working with this celebrity-led brand and we did a creator campaign, like we collaborated with multiple creators and we realized that getting creators was, from a cost point of view, was much better because of something that we did, like with something with 10 creators and it clicked instantly, right? And even though she's a celebrity and it's her brand, it wasn't like she was bearing a lot of cost, but the ROI from a cost point of view, if we compare कि अगर उस celebrity को actually भी करते हैं तो it was much better. So, but I have a different question. Like, everyone says कि creators, obviously creator-led brands and creators are the focus, but when it comes to celebrities, पुराने हो गए हैं. Do you really think that? And especially from your experience कह लो या from your observation कि नहीं यार अभी भी you think कि celebrities का place है in the market and there is something to it which everyone is missing, या no, it is black and white कि नहीं यार creators is the one जो market kill कर रहे हैं and celebrities is not the good ROI. What do you think?
Okay, so ROI is something which I obviously look after. मतलब I obviously chase वो, as I told you initially, गुजराती धंधा का ही कोई भी कैंपेन स्टार्ट होगा, कोई भी कुछ ब्रीफ देना है, इसे धंधा कितना आएगा, was is the first basic question that we have.
Yeah.
But I don't think in general, if I talk about overall marketing, fraternity and everything, all the brands and everything, okay, every time it is not about ROI. There are some things which is salience campaigns that we do. Always on campaign that we do. Nike को ज़रूरत नहीं है वो ROI वाला धंधा करने की, ROI वाला मार्केटिंग करने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है ना. Nike हो गया, Apple हो गया, all those brands. But still they are always on. Puma को ज़रूरत नहीं है because everyone known, awareness वगैरह सब है, but still they are always on.
Correct.
अभी Puma अगर कोई छोटा क्रिएटर ले लेगा तो लोग रिलेट नहीं कर पाएंगे, उसको विराट कोहली ही चाहिए.
Correct.
Right. So it depends on the level that you are. आपका ब्रांड कौन से लेवल पे है, आपका ब्रांड का टॉम और स्पॉन्ट कितना है. टॉम इज टॉप ऑफ माइंड अवेयरनेस, स्पॉन इज स्पॉन्टेनिटी. अगर मैं पूछूं कि फुटवेयर ब्रांड्स बताओ या स्पोर्टिंग ब्रांड्स बताओ तो फटफट निकलता है क्या? नाइकी, पूमा, एडिडास, ये सब निकलता है, राइट?
करेक्ट.
तो आपका अच्छा है. अगर आपका टॉम और स्पॉन्ट अच्छा है, देन सेलिब्रिटी विल ऑब्वियसली वर्क बिकॉज इट विल गिव यू रीच, इट विल गिव पीपल द ट्रस्ट कि हाँ नहीं. बिकॉज अगर लेट्स से विराट कोहली पूमा का ऐड करेगा ना, लोगों को ये भरोसा आएगा कि हाँ विराट कोहली शायद पहनता होगा तो हम पहन सकते हैं.
Right.
कोई न्यू एज ब्रांड अगर विराट कोहली को ले लेगा, हायर कर लेगा और वो उसका ऐड करेगा, लोगों को भरोसा नहीं आएगा. लोगों को ऐसा लगेगा हाँ वो तो बहुत पैसा है, विराट कोहली को ले ले, पहनता तो नहीं होगा. दैट इज व्हेन क्रिएटर्स कम इनटू पिक्चर. कि हाँ यार ये मेरे एरिया का तो नोन क्रिएटर है, इसने इसका किया है तो शायद पहनता भी होगा, थोड़ा ट्रस्ट भी आएगा. नहीं भी पहनता होगा तो ये अच्छा बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज उसका लॉयल ऑडियंस.
मेक्स सेंस. करेक्ट.
सो I don't think it's a battle between a creator or a celebrity. It is always a battle of your own brand. कि आप पहले खुद सोच लो आपका ब्रांड क्या लेवल पे अभी स्टैंड करता है, आपके ब्रांड का टॉम और स्पॉन्ट कितना है. एंड अगर वो अच्छा खासा है then obviously celebrity will give you more reach, will give you the trust that you want from our consumers. At the same time, if you're a smaller brand or a mid-scale brand, then creators are the way because then ROI game comes into picture. कि भाई हाँ अभी मुझे ROI चाहिए तो मैं पहले इसको ही लूँगा.
करेक्ट.
मैं जैसे ही tier 2 tier 3 में आई ओपन माई स्टोर्स वेंडीज के, आई मेक श्योर कि मैं वहाँ के लोकल क्रिएटर्स इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को आई कोलैबोरेट विद एंड दे टॉक अबाउट वेंडीज एज अ ब्रांड. वरना तो मैं भी तो विराट कोहली लेके फिर बोल सकता हूँ ना, बट वो tier 2 tier 3 वाले रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाएंगे.
ओके फेयर. ठीक है. So you're saying brand stage is crucial to determine whether it's a celebrity
or a creator.
And so like इसी में so count not being like इस sense में, but we have seen even with the biggest brands who have taken bigger celebrities and they are maybe the spontaneity is there in terms of recognition, but sometimes it feels off when it comes to कि यार ये तो बस ले लिया है इस ब्रांड को करने के लिए. Even the top brands I'm talking about, right?
Fair.
कि say and at the same time there are brands जिनको शायद कोई इतना जानता नहीं था, but due to the celebrity build trust they have actually gained lot of trust. Say for example Apollo tires, right? Now Sachin and Apollo I have been like इतना
associated.
Yeah, right. And Apollo को शायद कोई पहले जानता ही नहीं था, but because Sachin was always there, the kind of trust has been built. So is it always the case with the brand or is it something else that also goes in the picture?
So talking about Apollo tires, वो ऐसा it's an old age brand. वो तब ले लिया था उसने सचिन को and it is just continuing its journey. What I am talking about is the new age जो अभी right now how marketing is. Like 15 years back creators का इतना था भी नहीं ना. Influencers का इतना वो था भी नहीं, reach नहीं था, relatability नहीं था.
No, so I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you because Apollo से पहले Sachin was always with MRF. Right. So till he retired, it was always MRF. Yeah. Then Apollo came. So there is that kind of gap also. कि MRF then obviously shifted to Virat. Right. That's how they did. But Sachin के साथ then how have Apollo been able to now kind of build that recognition, क्योंकि अपोलो को आप ज्यादा सचिन के
बन गया.
So that's what I am talking about, क्योंकि नहीं जानते थे. Yeah, it's a big brand and of course we all know that, but that brand recall came more with Sachin.
So that's what I also kind of said similar thing कि it depends on the level of your brand and that is some separate thing. With respect to the relatability that you are talking, for example, so there are two things to it. One thing is कि हाँ, I am very confident about my product, I am very confident about everything that I am delivering and all. So अभी मेरे को now I want to go like 1 to 100, like वही करना. तो obviously I will take a celebrity. तो वो reach मिल गया मेरे को, awareness मिल गया, reach मिल गया, everything is sorted. Right? There are now I cannot do any sort of now my product or now my thing cannot have any sort of issues. क्योंकि अभी मेरे को रीच मिल रहा है, पीपल आर गोना ट्राई, वो रिटेंशन नहीं हुआ तो खत्म.
करेक्ट.
तो न्यू यूजर्स कितना आप अक्वायर करते रहोगे? रिटेंशन इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर मार्केटिंग, राइट?
एग्जैक्टली.
दैट इज अ वेरी बिग चार्टर इन इट. सो वो हो गया, तो वो बड़ा वाला मिल गया. अपोलो को कॉन्फिडेंस था, इट वाज वेरी मच हाँ भाई मैं इतने सालों से बिजनेस में हूँ, मैं गढ़ चुका हूँ, अगर सचिन आके मेरे को रीच दे देगा, पीपल विल ट्राई, आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट ऑन माई प्रोडक्ट एंड एवरीथिंग, राइट? सेकंड थिंग इज रिलेटेबिलिटी. अभी आई विल जस्ट टॉक अबाउट I cannot recall of any other example, इसलिए वेंडीज का मैं let's say I am talking about. आज के तारीख में अगर मेरे को वेंडीज का कोई ब्रांड एम्बेसडर let's say मुझे लेना है, तो what do you think? मैं मेल तो नहीं लूँगा ना. वो रिलेट ही नहीं होगा. बिकॉज मैं पूरा मेरा ब्रांड पर्सोना ही रेड हेड बैडी एंड पिगटेल्स एंड उस पे बना रहा हूँ. तो मैं ब्रांड एम्बेसडर भी ऐसा ही कोई फीमेल लूंगा जो बहुत सेसी हो, ऐसा भी नहीं कि कोई बहुत सिंपल फीमेल लूंगा.
करेक्ट, एग्रीड.
सो पीपल शुड रिलेट एज वेल टू दैट सेलिब्रिटी कि हाँ ये फिट हो रही है ये ब्रांड में. सचिन फिट हो गया क्योंकि एमआरएफ टायर्स बेच रहा था, तो अपोलो में भी फिट हो जाएगा वो. कोई रैंडम अभी कोई लड़की या कोई बहुत बड़ी इन्फ्लुएंसर अगर वो अपोलो का करे तो लोग रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाएंगे.
या ट्रू.
विराट कोहली मैंगो स्लाइस का वो करेगा तो थोड़ा शायद डिसोनेंस आ सकता है ना कि भाई ये तो तू नहीं पीता है, हमें पता है.
करेक्ट.
हाँ, तू भागता है तो पूमा यूज कर रहा है, बट तू ये सब तो नहीं कर रहा है.
करेक्ट.
तो वो रिलेटेबिलिटी इज आल्सो एन इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर फॉर द ब्रांड्स टू नो कि अगर मुझे बड़ा जाना है तो क्या आई एम ओके टू गो विद सेलिब्रिटीज इफ आई हैव लोड्स एंड लोड्स ऑफ मनी, बट देन द रिलेटेबिलिटी शुड कम इनटू पिक्चर बिकॉज नाउ पीपल आर वेरी स्मार्ट. वो तुरंत कैच कर लेते हैं कि नहीं, दिस इज द राइट फिट और दिस इज नॉट द राइट फिट.
करेक्ट, ट्रू. एंड व्हाट अबाउट लाइक AI we know about AI and content and everything. So AI is obviously writing copy, generating visuals, helping optimize media buying through performance and everything, right? So is it actually helping in terms of like how effective is AI in terms of crafting campaigns and doing that execution and helping that? Or as you had mentioned कि हम लोग बैठते हैं आपस में पहले joke around करते हैं and then एक idea आ गया. That is one zone. But do you think कि with AI this thing of instinctiveness and fun वाला element will slowly die because everyone will have everything on their hands? You have AI to generate ideas, you have AI to generate visuals, to campaign, to everything. उसको guideline दे दो, everything can be done, right? So what is it that actually separates someone to create a great campaign today? Because सब अगर AI से करेंगे तो what is it that a true work can really be? और you think कि फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, AI सब कर देगा types?
No, I don't think AI सब कर देगा, at least now. मतलब 10 years later, I don't know, 5 years later, I don't know with the pace it's growing on. At least now तो I don't think वो सब कर देगा, because as I told you, ये बाइकर का आइडिया क्यों आया? क्योंकि मुझे इच्छा थी फरारी में बैठने की, राइट? AI को इच्छा नहीं होती है कुछ करने की, तो वो जो एज ऑफ नाउ AI जितना डेवलप्ड है भी, हम लोग अगर ब्रीफ दे भी देते हैं उसको कि ऐसा ऐसा है, द आइडियाज दैट इट विल थ्रो विल बी रिसर्च बेस्ड आइडियाज के ऐसा दुनिया में कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी ने कहा तो कुछ किया है या फिर उसको जोड़ मरोड़ के वो एक आइडिया देगा अपने को.
करेक्ट.
तो वो आपका ह्यूमन टच या वो ऐसा वाला आया ही नहीं. एंड अगेन लेट्स से वो दे दिया उसने एक आइडिया, you will not directly copy it, you will again add a human element to it कि अच्छा हाँ ये एक मेरे को starting point दे दिया है GPT ने, AI ने और any other platform.
Yeah, fair.
Right, वो starting point मिल जाएगा, but you will always need a human touch at least for some years, I am saying.
Yeah.
The next generation I don't know, maybe they will be harping on हाँ जिसने जो दिया है वो directly brief आगे दे दो.
Correct.
So एक human touch तो I think it is necessary to think or to make things out of the box वाले चीजें करने के लिए.
Correct. True. Makes sense. And I think AI also is very important to see कि वो कहाँ तक grow कर रहा है. But I think दो चीजें हैं. I think एक तो AI doesn't have personal lived experiences and desires.
Yeah.
It can act as it, but it doesn't have it. And I think जो आपने बोला that is a very very important point कि when it comes to customer consumer insight, ये जिसकी बात करते हैं, that वो AI will never be a consumer of थिंग्स कि वो बैठ के वो कर रहा है, खाना खा रहा है, राइट?
उसको नहीं पता है वो.
करेक्ट. कि
मैं सो दिस हैज हैपेंड अ लॉट. आई ट्राई टू टेक सो बट AI हेल्प्स इन वन थिंग, इट इंक्रीज योर प्रोडक्टिविटी बाय 10x.
हाँ, फॉर
स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ऐसा दे देगा ना कि फिर आप सोचने स्टार्ट कर दोगे. वो आपका वो इनिशियल आधा 1-2-4 घंटा जो भी है वो बचा लेगा आपका. इट इज ऑब्वियसली हेल्पिंग अस. सो इफ यू नो द राइट ब्लेंड एंड मिक्स ऑफ इट, हाउ टू यूज इट, दैट्स बेस्ट. So that is obviously gonna help you in general. But वो बाकी चीज़ें नहीं कर सकता. वो मेरे को खा के नहीं बता सकता है कि भाई ये कैसा लग रहा है. वो बस बेसिक कस्टमर के 10 इंसाइट ला के ही दे सकता है.
करेक्ट. ट्रू.
वो ट्रू जो ह्यूमन एलिमेंट वाला है ना, क्या मज़ा. मतलब मैं अगर लेट से आपको अगर कुछ खिला रहा हूँ ना, तो आपके रिव्यू से पहले मेरे को आपके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन से ही आइडिया आ जाएगा ना कि आपको अच्छा लगा कि बुरा
नहीं लगा. हाँ,
वो मैं उसके थ्रू कैसे करवा सकता हूँ, राइट?
करेक्ट.
कंज्यूमर इंसाइट तो वैसे ज़्यादा बेटर है, बिकॉज यू डोंट नो मी इतना वाला भी अगर, तो आप शायद थोड़ा वो हाइपोथेटिकल गो, थोड़ा रेटोरिकल आंसर्स दोगे या यू नो ऐसे टाइप के क्वेश्चन, थोड़ा बहुत रिएक्शंस दोगे. क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा फिर भी यू वोंट ट्राई टू बी, यू विल ट्राई कि हाँ थोड़ा पोलाइट रहे ये वो, बट फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन तो सब बता ही देगा ना.
करेक्ट.
वो AI नहीं कर पाएगा.
ट्रू. आई
दिस इज द एक्चुअल कंज्यूमर इनसाइट दैट वी वांट, व्हिच इज थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा बाकी AI को अंदर ब्लेंड करने में.
फेयर. सो ये अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि यार हर क्रिएटर जो है वो हर चीज ही बेच रहा है, राइट? एवरी क्रिएटर इज सेलिंग. सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ फीड इज काइंड ऑफ बिकमिंग लाइक अ वेरी बिग लॉन्ग एड. मतलब हम एक तो होता है पेड एड्स जो आ रही है फीड में, एक वो होती है जो क्रिएटर्स भी कर रहे हैं, उसको हटा के फिर ऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट बचता है कितनी बार. करेक्ट. सो एवरीवनस ट्राइंग टू सेल एवरीथिंग. सो यू नो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इन्फ्लुएंसर मार्केटिंग इन जनरल देन? लाइक how important and how relevant it is and going forward, ठीक है, कि it will increase more and more and people will be more aware है कि यार इसको दिया paid है, ये तो paid है. Where does an influencer stand out to get his organic belief right and that trust with the audience gets built constantly?
I personally think it depends on the kind of influencer and how big of an influencer is.
Yeah.
If the person has made a loyal audience for it by making organic content पहले बहुत ज़्यादा, and then eventually moving to this paid collabs and everything, the best case example which I can personally see is one for influencer, one for celebrity. For influencer is Kusha Kapila. You know, एक audience पूरा इतना अच्छा बना दिया, खुद का एक पर्सनल ब्रांड बना दिया विथ हर ऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट, विथ सम गुड फनी कंटेंट एंड एवरीथिंग, गोइंग आउट प्लेसेस वगैरह वगैरह करके, एंड देन शी इन सटल वे में शी लॉन्च्ड हर ब्रांड एंड इट इज लाइक डूइंग रियली गुड.
या
बिकॉज उसका लॉयल ऑडियंस उसने अपने ऑलरेडी बना दिया है.
करेक्ट.
दिस इज वन पार्ट ऑफ द इन्फ्लुएंसर्स गेटिंग इनटू ओन बिजनेस एंड मेकिंग पीपल ट्राई दैट स्टफ.
या
सो एट द सेम टाइम वही है, वो लेवल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंसर, बिकॉज नाउ शी इज नॉट एन इन्फ्लुएंसर, नाउ शी इज एन सेलिब्रिटी.
या
वो इन्फ्लुएंसर से निकल के उन्होंने वो जर्नी पास करके वो सेलिब्रिटी बन गए, राइट?
हाँ, करेक्ट.
सो इन योर क्वेश्चन के इन्फ्लुएंसर्स अगर इतना रिपीटेटिव, बाकी हम 10 जगह एड्स देख रहे हैं, 10 जगह वो देख रहे हैं, विद टाइम इट्स अ ब्रूटली ऑनेस्ट ट्रूथ, बट ये होगा और होगा. हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वो लोग भी, इट्स अ क्रिएटर्स वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ.
या
एवरी इंस्टाग्राम, लिंक्डइन, कहीं पे भी चले जाओ, इट्स अ क्रिएटर्स वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ.
या
द ब्रांड्स हु कैन हार्प ऑन इट स्मार्टली आर गोना गेट इट. अगर आपको जब पता है कि हाँ ठीक है भाई 25 इन्फ्लुएंसर सेम बात कर रहे हैं, अलग अलग या जो भी है एड्स कर रहे हैं, तो आप वो 25 के 25 के साथ कोलैबोरेट कर लो ना, हैमर कर लो.
हाँ, या करेक्ट, अग्रीड.
अगर आपको पता है कि 50 इन्फ्लुएंसर, हाँ आप चेंज करते जा रहे हो, अगर 50 बार आपकी ऐड दिख गई लोगों को, हैमरिंग हो गया, तो वहाँ पहला परचेस आ गया, मेरे को प्रोडक्ट पे कॉन्फिडेंट है, रिटेंशन आ गया, आई एम डन.
या अग्रीड, ट्रू, दैट्स अ ग्रेट पॉइंट एक्चुअली.
You cannot don't fight it every time, right? Just harp on it. अगर जब चल ही रहा है creators world, तो harp on it.
Harp on it, yeah. True, agreed. Great point, यार, actually. And okay, so give me like any kind of one buzzword हो सकता है, कोई framework हो सकता है, या कोई industry की ऐसी बात जो in marketing that you specifically see कि that you think यार it just genuinely needs to go, ये क्यों होती है ये चीज़, something.
Okay, so there are two things which I feel. One is 360-degree marketing. One is a viral marketing campaign. Let's draft a viral marketing campaign.
Viral word से तो
viral.
So
you cannot craft a viral marketing campaign, right? You cannot.
Yeah, man.
वो नहीं है. अभी डैनी पंडित इज अ वेरी फेमस इन्फ्लुएंसर, आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो और नॉट. वो उसका एक बहुत सॉन्ग बहुत वायरल हो गया था, वो लक्ष्मी जी घर पर है करके, राइट? तो वो उसने नहीं सोचा था वो वायरल हो जाएगा. वो बेचारा 4 साल से अपना कंटेंट बना रहा है, वो एक दिन वायरल हो गया. वो तो हर एक कंटेंट वही सोच के बना रहा है ना कि ये वाला वायरल होगा, ये वाला वायरल होगा. तो यू कैन नॉट क्राफ्ट इट. इधर इट इज वेरी मच रिलेटेबल टू द ऑडियंस. तो यू कैन जस्ट थिंक या प्रोबेबिलिटी लगा सकते हो कि हाँ इसके 50% चांस है ऑर्गेनिकली वायरल होने में. इनऑर्गेनिकली वायरल तो आपको जो चाहिए ना वो कल हो सकता है,
वो तो हो ही सकता है,
राइट? बट ऑर्गेनिक वायरलिटी के लिए वो 50-50 का ही प्रोबेबिलिटी रख सकते हो. तो दिस वायरल मार्केटिंग कैंपेन बज़वर्ड हैज टू गो.
या
एंड दिस 360 मार्केटिंग प्लान आई थिंक नीड्स टू गो, बिकॉज आई पर्सनली फील, आई माइट बी रॉन्ग एज वेल, बट दिस इज व्हाट आई फॉलो राइट नाउ एज ऑफ माई करंट वर्क. डोंट डू टू मेनी थिंग्स. मैं 50 जगहों पे नहीं पहुंच सकता, वो फिर मैं किसी को जस्टिस नहीं दे पाऊंगा.
ओके,
आई विल ओनली डू 4 things. आई विल मेक श्योर दैट आई गिव प्रॉपर जस्टिस टू दिस 4 things एंड इट ग्रोज आउट लाउड. इट एक्चुअली, मेरे को कस्टमर डिलाइट अगर करना है तो मैं 2 ही चीज़ उसको दूंगा, मैं 50 चीज़ें उसको बॉम्बार्ड नहीं करना चाहता. इफ़ आई वॉन्ट टू मेक एनी कैंपेन वर्क, I will make sure I select 4 pegs and work on those 4 pegs and make that more viral and distribute that more, rather than doing 15 things and distribute my money among those 15 things so that कुछ भी वो स्केल पे फैल ही नहीं पाए.
Got it.
तो 360 जो मार्केटिंग प्लान है, इधर भी करूँगा, उधर भी करूँगा, उधर भी करूँगा, उधर भी करूँगा, उधर भी करूँगा, तो यू आर एक्चुअली, आई पर्सनली फील यू आर नॉट टचिंग द ऑडियंस. जो एक सेगमेंट के ऑडियंस है उसको बहुत ज़्यादा, उससे अच्छा 4 ही चीज करो, वो 4 सेगमेंट के ऑडियंस को बहुत ज्यादा टच कर लो.
You're saying don't go wide, go deep.
Yes, don't go wide, go deep.
Got it. Okay, fair, great point. Okay, and talking about QSR brands में क्या होता है कि लॉट ऑफ, कभी बहुत बार हम देखते हैं इंडस्ट्री में, कभी कोई हाइजीन का कुछ आ गया, किसी रेस्टोरेंट में कुछ ये मिला, राइट? कोई वायरल कोई कंप्लेंट हो गई, किसी ने कुछ नहीं दिया, राइट? किसी कस्टमर ने बोल दिया इनका वो बहुत खराब है प्रोडक्ट, ये हुआ है, एंड इट कैन हैपन. इतने स्टोर्स है, कहीं किसी ने, समवन कैन रियली मेस अप. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक एज एन इंडस्ट्री, ऑफ एज अ QSR industry, how do you think like, what's your honest read how the industry handles these moments? Because this can happen. It comes with the nature of business.
happen.
You guys are in. So how do you? What is your reading? How does the industry handle it well, and does it not handle it well? And what would be your kind of reading? How to go about situations like these?
Talking about industry, I have fairly seen people handle it well. The industry in general handling it well, because see there are different kinds of audiences, there are different kinds of public. So अगर किसी ने सोच रखा है ना कि वो जाएगा ही all out, वो जाएगा ही, ठीक है, वो आप कितना भी कर लोगे वो जाएगा ही.
Correct. हाँ. Yeah.
You can obviously delight that customer. So what we personally do as a brand is, if at all any such instances come into picture or come into things, we personally try to call that customer. We try to understand what happened, what did not happen, क्या problem exactly उनको क्या face हुआ. We try to delight that customer. That's the most that you can do. Either you refund their money, or if not, you can actually give them on-house things, in-house things, and then we can give, along with these things, we will obviously give them an assurance that we are looking into this matter properly in a structured manner. If at all you want, we'll obviously send the entire case study to you, because at Rebel this happens. We have cameras, CCTVs at all our stores and in all our kitchens. We can actually trace all the orders. Each and every order we can trace it.
Got it.
So we actually tell them how we will be tracing it, we'll be understanding the actual problem, so that you can get that kind of satisfaction also कि आपका query से ऐसा, क्योंकि कोई customers को ये भी problem होता है कि हाँ मेरे को तो पैसा देके छोड़ दिया. नहीं भाई, हम सोचेंगे, क्योंकि we don't want those experiences to come to any other consumer, right?
Yeah.
So we as a brand also, to protect our brand identity and brand value, हम लोग उसके deep में तो जाके देखेंगे ही.
Correct.
So this is the most that we can do. But there is obviously ops challenges हर जगह होगा.
होता ही है. True. Agreed. And okay, so tell me, कोई ऐसा campaign or something that you loved that one of your, maybe a competitor or someone in your competition did, that you genuinely found amazing, and something in your competition that you found कि यार ये चीज़ हम कभी नहीं करेंगे, why the hell did this happen?
Okay. Loved में, I loved the, so McD recently released or recently launched Big Yummy Cheeseburger. I love the overall campaign part of it. So what they did was कि उन्होंने हर जगह ऐसा वायरल किया कि लोग कमेंट्स कर रहे थे कि क्या छोटे छोटे बर्गर खिला रहे हो, क्या छोटे छोटे बर्गर खिला रहे हो, दिस इज नॉट फुलफिलिंग, दिस इज नॉट फिलिंग, दिस इज नॉट दिस, दिस इज नॉट दैट. ऐसा सबके कमेंट्स थे उनके हर एक पोस्ट पे. They gathered all those comments, they made a beautiful reel about it, they post about it. As a comments were just slapping on the window.
Got it.
And then they were like, हाँ ठीक है, Big Yummy Cheeseburger.
Okay.
And on the offline touch points as well, उन्होंने क्या किया कि बड़े बड़े like human sized वो बर्गर रखा, and उस पे comments के screenshots वो का sunboards and post कर दिया. It was very good, and like actually consumer insight के through तुम लोग कुछ लाके you are launching something. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुमने सोचा ये launch करेंगे तो करेंगे ही.
Got it.
These are actual consumer insight, and you are using that consumer insight as a part of that marketing plan.
Fair. So you would want to do more of it.
You would want to do more of it.
कि consumer insight.
Consumer can relate it. हाँ हमने बोला था, देखो इन्होंने they worked on it and they are actually using our things.
Fair. हाँ. Fair. True.
Right. So and it was an amazing campaign that they did. One thing which I did not like was the same competition brand when they launched their Korean range. What they did was they are like के existing burgers को Korean flavor में खाओ.
Yeah.
नहीं चाहिए लोगों को. There is a reason कि उनको existing burgers existing sauces में पसंद है.
Fair.
आपको मैकालू टिक्की क्यों पसंद है? क्योंकि उसका मैकालू टिक्की का सॉस है, मैकालू टिक्की का पैटी है, वो पसंद है. अभी आप उसमें कोरियन सॉस डाल के मेरे को नहीं खाइए चाहना है, मेरे को मैकालू टिक्की का टेस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आता है.
Got it. Fair.
So this is, and the campaign altogether was कि make your existing in Korean flavor. अगर आप कुछ नया फ्लेवर लॉन्च करो तो पूरा नया बर्गर ही लॉन्च करो ना, पूरा नया कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट ही लॉन्च करो.
Fair.
So that people will be able to get newness into your brand rather than existing. And the worst part, which I personally, not worst, but so what I personally felt was, एग्जिस्टिंग बोरिंग लग रहा है तो नया खाओ. तो तुम अपने ही प्रोडक्ट पे हम क्यों बोरिंग बोलेंगे? तो तुम्हारा वही टूट गया.
Correct.
I don't want to say my own products as boring, right?
Fair. Important, great point, I think. Okay, and you know what these days many brands are doing. I just want to hear your thoughts. Ki, because we are also working with many brands on this, which is building, so from end to end, they're kind of building their own social media IPs, right? And building IPs. And I have not seen any kind of feud or QSR change, or in fact, many brands have not done that. Few are doing it. What is your thought into it? Like, instead of one-off campaign IPs jo hote hain, having that ownership of IP through Instagram, through YouTube, which is kind of having their own kind of distribution, so to say. So what's your thought on it, and do you think that will happen in the QSR industry also or not? And what is your thought overall about building social media kind of IPs?
I think that is happening. And we also started it. Like as I told you, Redhead Baddie. So we are creating our own voice, we are creating our own IP, that we are on own the LinkedIn. जो LinkedIn पे आज तक कोई QSR player नहीं आया है.
Fair.
Speaking out and loud about things, about various random traumas of people, corporate traumas, ये वो वगैरह. We are trying to create one IP in the name of Redhead Baddie, right? And हमारा जो viral भी हुआ था, I am in a lot of marketing groups as well with the fraternity. People used to tell me कि the Redhead Baddie on LinkedIn is like, you guys did a great job there, the roasting thing. So we are trying to build on it, right? हाँ, so there is now again two parts to it. कि there is one thing कि या तो मैं हर एक पेज पे जाके वो चीज़ करूँ, या फिर मैं कोई मेरा एक पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म पकड़ लूँ जिसपे मुझे वो चीज़ करना है, और बाकी जगहों पे मैं मेरा प्रोडक्ट की बात करूँ, बाकी जगहों पे किसी और की बात करूँ, किसी और की बात करूँ. So rather than owning the entire social media IP or social media charter, maybe I would, at this point, maybe I would want to select one platform and then try to build on it and see how it goes and how it fares there. If it works well, then why not? I will see how it goes.
Correct.
So
fair.
I think brands are already trying to do it. We are trying to do it, but I'm not very sure about how the future will end or how it will further progress.
Cool. Fair. Cool. I think that's really kind of insightful. We'll be coming to our last segment, which is the rapid fire, right?
Great.
And we'll have, I expect the answers to be rapid and fire and like, spicy burgers of Wendy's की तरह, ठीक है? So, okay. What is the most uncomfortable truth about Indian QSR industry that insiders know but nobody says aloud?
Not everything you like, people will also like.
Okay, fair. One thing you would change, or one thing you would kill, and one thing you would steal from a competitor if you could do it tomorrow. Change, kill, and steal.
Steal for Wendy's particularly, obviously, the Tom and Spond for the competitors. That is what I will steal. Because right now I'm a very new brand, so I want to steal that awareness from the competitor. Change is something I told you, the Korean range of नहीं अच्छा लगा मेरे को. I want to change it. शायद उन्होंने बंद भी कर दिया if I'm not right. Kill is something I am not sure यार. Kill, I don't think anything.
Sure, fair. And what's the boldest thing that Wendy's India has done that you believe the industry hasn't given you credit for?
Boldest thing that Wendy's India, I think going in making it big in a delivery first network. Industry doesn't give credit to something like this because they are mostly like offline ही होता है. Restaurant तो क्या होता है, offline बैठने वाला.
Fair. Yeah.
So this is something which is a very big thing and boldest thing which we have experienced.
Fair. Agreed. Great point. And what is most global brands enter India assume that consumer is price sensitive above everything else, right? Is that true or is that not true?
Very true. For Indian market, very true.
Very true. Okay. Celebrity or creator, pick one for Wendy's India right now, and why?
Right now, creator. Because I told you I want more loyal audience to gather my awareness.
Fair.
One thing. Second thing is बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा अभी नहीं डालना है because there are other things which I want to do with that money.
One of the things that happens is कि brands, this is separate from this rapid fire, but इंडिया में many brands come and say कि हमने ग्लोकलाइजेशन कर दी है, हमने वो कर दिया है बाय कि पनीर का इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया, पनीर वर्जन कर दिया, कुछ थोड़ा देसी कर दिया, एंड जस्ट गो अबाउट देयर थिंग्स. What do you truly mean by globalization? Globalization in true sense, you think, yaar, this is what a good globalization stands for?
यार एज आई टोल्ड यू, पनीर इंट्रोड्यूस करना इज नॉट ग्लोकलाइजेशन आई फील.
हाँ
क्योंकि इधर बाहर लोग पनीर खाते नहीं है.
हाँ
बाहर सिर्फ बेकन और बीफ एंड ये चल रहा है.
करेक्ट.
तो यहाँ पे तुम्हारे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है वो पनीर लॉन्च करने के अलावा. तो वो ग्लोकलाइजेशन नहीं किया है, दैट इज आउट ऑफ ऑप्शंस के लिए आपने किया है.
ठीक है.
दैट इज नॉट ग्लोकलाइजेशन. ग्लोकलाइजेशन इज एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट द कंज्यूमर वांट्स, एट व्हाट प्राइस पॉइंट डज ही वांट. अगर बाहर वो $5 का बिक रहा है तो आई कैन नॉट सेल इट द सेम थिंग एट $5. आई नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंज्यूमर. Globalization I feel is कि Wendy's as a global brand has launched मखनी burgers in India.
fair.
उसमें पैटी पनीर होगा या कुछ भी होगा वो तो मेरे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है ना, बट द फ्लेवर प्रोफाइल दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू लॉन्च is actually the globalization for QSR I am saying.
fair. No, that's a great point actually. True, because कि पनीर लॉन्च करके दे देंगे.
ऑप्शन थोड़ी था हमारे पास. नहीं करते तो वेज बनाते ही नहीं ना.
करेक्ट.
वेज में कुछ नहीं दे सकते फिर आप.
ये तो बेसिक्स है.
ये तो बेसिक्स था.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट.
फिर पनीर में आप वो सब फ्लेवर्स लाओ जो इंडियन पैलेट को. मैंने तंदूरी लॉन्च किया.
हाँ.
So वो इंडियन पैलेट का तंदूरी है.
True.
They will like that.
True.
That is localization.
Agreed. And like, what's the next chapter of Wendy's India looks like? What is something, the real one, maybe not the press release one, हम ये वो कर रहे हैं, but something real that you feel कि next, what is next for Wendy's India? What can the potential fan or a customer expect from Wendy's?
Potential fan or customer expert, as I told you, we have not made a campaign around it, but yeah, teriyaki is something that we have launched. But so this is a short term thing. For a longer thing, that what Wendy's India people can expect is, it's been 5 years that we are in India right now. We have found our good product market fit. We have tried to do justice to our operations, to delivery first networks and everything. Now we personally feel it's the right time for us to go loud in the market by doing loud campaigns or maybe more awareness or more salience campaigns, which will bring in more Tom, more Spont kind of thing for us. And so what people can expect is a lot more Wendy's India on your feed.
Fair. Good point. Great. And lastly, if you have any question for me, you can ask.
I have any questions for you? Anything? So yeah, it was really great, honestly. It was my first time as well, so it was really great for me. For you, what do you think a QSR marketing looks like? Because food industry marketing and an apparel or a other industry marketing are very two different
No, very
things, right?
different. Very
this is a very short-lived thing. The other thing is a very long-lived thing. What do you think personally as a outside of this industry?
Yeah.
Have you seen any kind of differences in both of this?
I think there is a lot of difference. I feel when it comes to QSR, I think because it is primarily touch point is online, right? But it's kind of a very two-edged sword in the sense कि primary touch point सारा online है brand के साथ, लेकिन product offline है, right? And it is a very experiential kind of product. It's not like कि D2C का चलो online है, ले लिया and हो गया. It's a instantaneous kind of product कि भूख लगी खा लिया, कुछ भी मंगाना है खा लिया. So that is a major kind of difference I have observed. So वहाँ पे एक two-edged sword हो जाती है कि you कितना ही आप ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग करनी है आपको, क्योंकि आपका सारा ऑनलाइन से ही परचेज करेगा, लेकिन जो कस्टमर का टच पॉइंट है वो प्योरली ऑफलाइन है, राइट? सो अगर आपका ऑफलाइन स्टोर है दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग बिकॉज आप वहाँ करा सकते हो, राइट? बट सो हाउ डू यू सेल दैट एक्सपीरियंस ऑनलाइन ऑफ enjoying that customer, right? Through again creators who experience those campaigns and all of that. So obviously since you guys are also exploring offline, so obviously it will be much easier, but I think that's a very good thing that you guys have cracked, having some sort of recognition, because online hoke pure offline होना
is
very difficult, because that's what I feel कि मैं सिर्फ कस्टमर की तरह सोचूं कि अगर मेरे को स्विगी से ही कुछ खाना है, मुझे आइडिया ही नहीं है वो ब्रांड क्या है, मैं जैसे कैफे द सैलेड मंगाता हूँ एक रेस्टोरेंट से पर्टिकुलरली, सो वो सैलेड जो है वो मेरे को बहुत पसंद है, वो मल्टीपल टाइम मंगा चुका हूँ, लेकिन वो अच्छा है, प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है इसलिए मंगा रहा हूँ, बट मेरा अभी भी उस ब्रांड के साथ कोई कनेक्ट नहीं है अनलेस मैंने अभी थोड़े दिन पहले यहीं पे एक जगह उसका बोर्ड देखा था, मैं रियलाइज है वो क्लाउड किचन. सो वो जो एक चैलेंज है, हाउ डू यू कीप दैट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग एंड दैट सेंड लाइक अ कार्ड और समथिंग, बट उससे शायद उतना कनेक्ट नहीं आया मेरे को. Yeah, I feel वो तो that is a big challenge. I feel and that if उसको wave around करके if you guys can market, I think वो QSR में सबसे tough है. Anyone also who is starting out as a business. So I feel वो एक tricky space है. How do you make that experiential because you're primarily online driven and all that you're doing. So yeah. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Good. Baki, you can tell in this camera ki how was your experience?
Yep, it was amazing. Thank you so much, Ronit, for calling me or inviting me. And it was a great experience. I personally felt I was speaking a lot about the things that I have done. So it brought back all the nostalgia. And obviously, I learned a few things as well, bolte hi, which I will obviously implement now in the brand. But yeah, it was an amazing experience, great experience. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. Lovely having you. Thank you. Thank you.